Hi, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner.
And our dog, Betty White.
Your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
Could we have named it something more creative? Probably. But it's the name of our blog. It's our last name. We're on an adventure. Yada, yada, yada. After owning our own business, working 24/7.
And don't forget a mental breakdown in between.
We made a lifestyle change and decided to make the most out of life.
We sold our house, most of our belongings, downsized, and moved to the coast.
We live life minimally, but fully.
We live each day as an adventure.
This show will help you learn how to live life more fully, with more intention, by experiencing more, and with less stuff.
We'll talk about our own experiences, interview others who have much to share by creating a spark in our lives.
Some days we'll share real-life ongoings of what we're going through, and others will talk about our favorite flavor of waffle.
Come join our adventure.
It's the Arner Adventures Podcast.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jerry.
We are back for episode 82.
82.
Of the Arner Adventures Podcast. And guess where we are coming to you from as we record this?
You want me to guess?
Sure.
I got a pretty good idea.
All right. Why don't you tell everybody?
We're in Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, y'all.
Yeah, that's right. The last time we did this live from the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady was episode 15 back in 2022, I believe. God, it might have been 2020. No, it was 2022.
2022.
Yeah. A lot has happened since then, especially in the cruise industry. We can't wait to talk to you about our experience here. But first, you know what time it is.
It's time for our review of the week.
That's right. Mm-hmm. This week's review comes to us from Veronica H. Or Veronica spelled C-A-H. Veronica.
Right. That's a really unique spelling of Veronica.
Okay, could be Veronica H. But Veronica H says, all the golden nuggets for living a simpler life, being here in the now. Love this.
Lovely. We really feed off this encouragement from podcast to podcast.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Veronica. We really appreciate it. And if you would like to do us a solid and you're listening to this and you're like, gosh, how could I really show Shannon and Jerry how much I appreciate them? If you're feeling that, first of all, thank you. We feel the good vibes from across the podcast waves. You can leave us a 5-star review or rating in the podcast platform that you're listening to us on.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. And once again, we really appreciate it and really feed off these kind of vibes.
Yeah, we do. Mm-hmm. Well, today's podcast, like we said, we're recording it from the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady ship, and we are on the final night of our cruise. And we thought it would be helpful to do a podcast telling you all how we made this cruise specifically a wellness cruise for ourselves. Because if you've cruised or even if you travel and go on vacations, you know that it's sort of like all the rules go out the window. Mm-hmm. And we decided, you know what? Virgin Voyages has so much to offer to keep things sort of on the wellness tip. And as the kids say, kids when I was younger said that. But
kids use the word wellness a lot.
They do. So we thought, well, let's go ahead and share the ways that we made this a wellness cruise and some of the things that we appreciate and that we do a little bit differently than sort of and I'm using my finger quotes, the party cruiser, you know?
Yeah.
So we just wanted to share that with you and hopefully this is something that is helpful, and maybe you'll decide that you want to go on a cruise. We love a cruise. We love certain cruises, and we think that Virgin Voyages is great.
Oh yeah, we love the Virgin Voyage cruise, and and we did our best to make this the wellness version of our Virgin cruises. So anyway, here we go. We're going to talk about it. Yeah. So
the first thing that I think is big for us, Shannon and Jerry, Arner Adventures, is that if you listen to the last episode, 81, you met Cindy Hernandez. She is our virtual assistant. Mm-hmm. And this is the first vacation we have had, time away, where we had someone who sort of manned everything, just, took care of the emails, was like the go-to person, sort of held, I don't know, the walls up while we were gone.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, and it was nice because we normally, I have my laptop, which that is the biggest thing. I did not bring my laptop on this trip. It's the first time I've ever done that. And we normally taking time each day to work on our adventures stuff. So it was nice to have Cindy and, to sort of delegate some of those tasks while we were gone and not be so work oriented.
And holding the walls up.
Right.
Cindy did, yeah. The next thing was we decided to limit our drinking. Now, I think food and drink is sort of the allure. It's always been with us. So we decided, hey, we can kind of spin it a little bit differently this time and try to be a little more disciplined. And we have been. The thing is that when you really look around, there's a lot of things you can do. I went out and shot hoops today, and we went on a seesaw, and we did a lot of little fun things.
Yeah, so we're going to get to those. So one of the things that that Jerry is alluding to is that, yes, we limited our drinking. And what we did instead was drank more water. And I decided that, when we're hanging out on Richard's rooftop, some of the places that we really like to hang out and lay out in the sun and kind of, embrace the salt air while you're on the sea. I just specifically decided every time the lady comes around asking us what we want to drink, I would get a soda water with strawberries. And they have their homemade strawberry puree, which they put in the soda water, and it was refreshing.
It's delightful, right?
It was
I took
delightful.
A sip, and it was really good.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
So we did limit our drinking. We decided it wasn't going to be a booze fest, and that was a really great thing that we did.
Are you ready for your summer adventures? Well, we've got something amazing to make your travel experience a breeze.
Absolutely. Say goodbye to the hassle of checking your luggage and wasting time at the airport. We've got the perfect solution for you.
It's our fave, the Base Carry-On Rollers, your ultimate travel companion for the season. With Base, you can pack smarter and lighter so you can make the most of your summer getaway.
We've been flooded with questions about how we manage to avoid checking our luggage, and our answer is simple. Pack smarter and choose Base.
Forget about those extra fees and waiting at the baggage claim. The Base Carry-On Rollers are designed to fit all your essentials in one compact size, so you can breeze through the airport without a worry, and they are super chic.
Plus, we've got a special treat for you. Head over to the arnoradventures.com/base. That's BEIS, and grab the link to save $15 off your first purchase.
Trust us, this is a game changer. All our family and friends who travel with us now rely on Base luggage because they got tired of hearing me complain about wasting time.
So don't miss out on this incredible offer. Visit arnoradventures.com/base to grab the link. It's also conveniently located in the show notes.
Get ready for happy travels and a summer filled with unforgettable adventures. Now back to the show.
And speaking of hydrating,
Liquid IV. We brought Liquid IV, which is a hydration
multiplier.
It comes like in a powder form, and it multiplies your water by 3 times. So we've used a lot of those, and we had a lot available to us, so we could use them the whole time we were here. So that really helped with our hydration.
Yeah, especially when you're laying out in the sun all day, or even one of the excursions we took was we went to see the Mayan ruins in Mexico, and it was hotter than, as my mama says, hotter than Satan's flip-flop. And I am so thankful that we brought our Liquid IV with us. This isn't even a commercial for them. We're just telling you, we brought our Liquid IV with us, and we stayed triple hydrated, thrice hydrated than we normally would be.
Yeah. And I mean, the Mayans might have had a chance to be around a little longer had they had their Liquid IV.
Oh, man, that's right.
That's right.
We've talked a lot before about how, Jerry gets plenty of exercise, with his work, but I get up every single morning and I go for a walk for my mental health, my physical health with Betty. Betty is not on the cruise with us, which is a shame, but we woke up in the mornings and we decided we were going to go and walk the wellness track that's here on the ship.
Walk the wellness track. And we did. Well, we did a mile.
A mile is probably not a lot for home. But for vacation time,
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, because you end up walking a lot anyway on vacation time.
Well,
So,
we do.
yeah, we do. And so anyway, we walked a mile around the track on the top of the ship,
Mm-hmm.
which is a good way to go and start. Because once you get that down, we know we're gonna add on a couple more miles anyway.
Yeah, and if you're
Yeah.
interested in seeing that, you can go to our Instagram stories and hit the Virgin Voyages highlight, and you can see the wellness track. But yes, we did. We walked that, and we also make a point to take the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
no elevators, which is kind of a feat when we're on the 13th floor and
Yeah.
you're coming from, 5 or 6. It's a big deal.
Well, yeah. With the Virgin Cruise, we ported twice at two different ports, and we get in a lot of walking then.
A lot of people, when we get to the ports, there's a shuttle that waits for you, and they shuttle you from the ship down to the actual part of the port that you get into the country. And we make a special point to just walk that. And it might not sound like it's a lot, but it sort of adds up. We just take every advantage that we can to walk and not ride somewhere.
Oh yeah, we do indeed. Yeah. And we also like to rise early. We like to get up with the sunrise, which is really kind of fun to do when you're on a cruise ship because you can look out over the ocean and see the sunrise. At that point, you can do a little I like to wake up slowly. To think good thoughts in the morning and whatnot. Meditation is a good thing. From there you can go into a little bit of stretching exercises, yoga and whatnot.
There's a really great part of the ship called the perch.
The perch.
And it's, if you can think about the perch, it's the highest point of the ship. It's at the front of the ship. Think of Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't even want to mention the ship name while we're on the ship.
Right.
But you know what movie I'm talking about. And that he goes to the front of it and is like, I'm king of the world. Okay, that's the perch.
Yeah.
So we like to go up there in the mornings, watch the sunrise, like Jerry said, and meditate. Yeah, do some yoga and some stretching. And gosh, nobody else, well, some people are up that early, but we really like it. We think it's really nice to be up that early while everybody else is hungover in their cabins. You know?
Yeah, maybe not everybody is, but
Okay, I shouldn't assume. But people are on vacation. They're not
Sure.
thinking about getting up early, but
Yeah.
we are some early birds. Some
Yeah.
early risers.
Anyway, honestly, it is a good opportunity on a cruise though to get up early
Yeah.
and get all this kind of, you can get good exercise and whatnot, meditation.
And I will say there is a gym. There's plenty of workout spaces on the ship. Jerry and I aren't big gym fans, so we just would like to get it, out in the open, outside, embracing the salt air, enjoying the ship. But if you are a gym person, hey, there are a lot of people working out in the gym today. Like Jerry had said earlier, he played basketball. There was an adult seesaw. There was some different things that you can do that are fun, that are exercise oriented. So there's plenty of different things that we can do to get our exercise in fun ways.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that adult seesaw wasn't really any different from the kids kind, but you just realize
That's true. It's just for adults because
it's for the kid inside the adult.
yeah, because Virgin Voyages does not allow
Right.
kids on the ship, which is why we love it.
Yeah, but god darn that that seesaw was a good time and good exercise.
It was good exercise. It
Yeah.
worked our calf muscles for sure.
Yeah.
Get ready for a summer hydration upgrade. This episode is brought to you by Liquid IV, a true game changer in our daily routine.
We've been relying on Liquid IV for years now. Let me tell you, it's been a total game changer, especially when it comes to staying properly hydrated.
Liquid IV is a hydration multiplier conveniently packed as a powder in individual packets. And the best part? It comes in a variety of delicious flavors. Personally, I can't get enough of the pina colada and strawberry, sometimes mixed together. Yum.
They make the perfect summer mocktails, whether you're on the go or prefer to make a big pitcher of water for the day. With a few packets like I do, Liquid IV has got you covered.
The magic of Liquid IV lies in its ability to deliver 2 to 2.5 times more hydration than plain water alone. It's like water that works for you.
Ready to experience the hydration revolution? Head over to arneradventures.com/liquidiv to grab our exclusive discount code and enjoy free shipping.
That's arneradventures.com/liquid-IV for your ticket to staying refreshed and properly hydrated this summer.
And now let's get back to the show. Yeah.
Well, the other thing that we wanted to make sure we talked about here on the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady is the thermal spa. So you can either have spa services, a massage, or any body work stuff or facials. But what we did was we had the 3-hour thermal spa pass, and the thermal spa consists of, I think they're called like Roman baths. That it's like a, I don't know, like a I'd say lukewarm. It seemed a little cooler, but like a lukewarm pool type area that's indoors in the spa. It's very serene. You can just kind of lounge in there for a little bit. And then there's a cold bath, and it is cold. Like if you've ever heard of like the Wim Hof breathing where you jump into ice water, that's what we're talking about. It's like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's also a hot one.
Yeah.
A hot tub. So the whole premise is you get in like the lukewarm one, and then you get in the cold, and then you can get in the hot, or you can spend time in there. But apparently there's a lot of benefits of the different water situations.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's really, yeah, if you optimize all that, it's a nice time. I mean, I think it can be very relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you do it right. And I think everybody has their own preferences there. I don't like the really, really hot stuff, like the really hot steam rooms, but I was fine with the things I dipped into and the the little places I went. And I really like the salt room, which had like because you can really feel that breathing that in, and I think that can be really therapeutic.
Yeah, it was like it almost brings in like a steam salt into the air, and I think it really helps people who have asthma, like I do. It opens up your airways. There's all these benefits of a salt situation. But yeah, the sauna is something that's a little bit. Is it the sauna that's too much for us, or is it the what's the one with the dry heat?
The dry heat one, and I can never remember because the one really hot one has
steam.
Yeah.
There's a dry heat one that's really
the dry heat one. I think we both feel really claustrophobic.
Yeah. Which we do not enjoy it, so we're not going to recommend it. If that's your thing, fine, but we're not going to add it to our wellness situation.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
But the thermal spa, they have a sort of a heat sauna room where they have mud that you can kind of put the mud on you, exfoliate, then rinse it off. There's so many different things that we don't ever spend 3 hours down there, but some people do. Oh, the marble slabs that you lay on.
The marble slab place is a really good place, yeah, because you can look out over the ocean.
Yeah, and they're warm.
Marble slabs, and I think I can't think of what it is. They have some kind of therapeutic.
I can't either, but just know that it's like they have some quartz and some marble areas there that there's just like these flat slabs, and you'd be like, "There's no way that's going to be comfortable," but for some reason it is.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah,
it definitely is.
So we do love the thermal spa. And we thought that we talked about this in the beginning. We thought that we would make sure that we let you guys know that on Virgin Voyages, a lot of people look forward to Scarlet Night. Scarlet Night is the evening of the last night at sea. So not today because we were in Bimini, not tonight. So it was last night, Scarlet Night. And there's some kind of a story that goes with it about this chick named Scarlet, and she fell in love with a sailor, and I don't know, a bunch of stuff. But it's a big party night, okay? Every cruise, this is our third time with Virgin, we say, oh yeah, we're going to stay up late and go party for Scarlet Night. We never do.
We can't make it. It's just not our gig.
We do put our red on. Everybody wears red. Make sure if you're on a Virgin Voyages cruise, you bring something red. So we go to dinner in our red outfits. And we don't call yours outfit. We call yours attire.
Attire, yeah.
we wear the red
Mm-hmm.
and we embrace what it is. But Jerry and I really just struggle with getting out because the festivities don't start until 10 or 11.
10 or 11.
And it's like a party around the pool.
Yeah.
And it's a big deal. But Jerry and I like to make that night movie night.
Movie night. And they have a list of movies here that we necessarily don't get at home. We could probably get them at home if we wanted to, but they're sort of right here in front of you, and we go, oh, well, we haven't seen that one.
Right, and we'll get popcorn and movie snacks delivered to the room, which is really nice. They do that there's just like a slight little delivery fee, but all of that is complimentary.
Right.
And we think that's just a good night. Some downtime, some inside.
Great night, yeah.
But we wanted to make sure we include that in our wellness stuff because we think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if being on the ship and partying was part of what you want to be here for, great. We're not downing that. We just want to make sure that you understand how we made it a wellness cruise this time. Instead of going back, and again, we love to travel, we love cruises, but we have found that oftentimes we get back and we feel kind of crappy for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, hey, let's make this Virgin Voyages cruise our wellness cruise. We're going to take advantage of the time off. We're going to take advantage of the downtime. And we're going to practice a little self-care.
Practice a little wellness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A week's worth.
Yeah. And we also want to make sure that we talk about, of course, on cruises, everyone wants to eat and drink, but the food, there are so many, there's over 20 something restaurants.
Yeah.
But there are healthy options.
Mm-hmm.
Even like lunch, if you go into the galley and you're just going to grab something, there's, the daily mix where I get a salad. You can get all kinds of, if you eat meat, grilled fish, grilled chicken. There's a lot of healthy options everywhere you go. They do a really good job of that.
Yeah, I think at any one of the restaurants, there's healthy options. And then there's a lot of restaurants that are just very health oriented in general. So, there's just, it's easy to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And with all that being said, Virgin Voyages does offer lots of classes and group wellness exercise classes you can get involved in. We didn't do that. We just sort of did everything on our own. There was a couple of things we were interested in, but they were booked. So
they get booked early.
Yeah. Apparently, note to self, we just need to do that a little bit earlier next time.
Before you even get on the cruise, these things get booked up.
They do. Yeah. They do. And we will tell you too, because this is a big question from people. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't book my dining. What am I going to do? Well, when you get on the ship, dining options open up. It's like they set aside a lot of spaces until you get on the cruise, and once you get on board, all of a sudden there's a lot of options opened up. So don't panic if you don't have any reservations for anything.
No, indeed, do not. Everything's pretty accessible once you get on here, and there's a lot of help, and people guiding you whichever way you need to go.
There is a wellness pool. So we like to call the main pool the Club MTV spring break pool because it gets a little crazy. Mm-hmm. We hang out at Richard's rooftop, so it's really laid back. But there is a wellness pool that you can go and just kind of lounge, and there's a smoothie bar. And so Virgin Voyages does a really great job of promoting wellness. And so we just wanted to take advantage of it and make sure that we let you know about it.
Yeah, letting you know if you go on this cruise. There's all kinds of wellness options for you. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from anything we talked about today, or any episode, our guests, or anything, please share it with a friend. It's a great way of supporting the podcast and us, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening to us on. Oh, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button because that also supports us. We would love that.
You can always find us, links we refer to during the show, and any of the podcast sponsors at arneradventures.com or linked here in these show notes. And until next time, enjoy that journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Adios.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Sayonara.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Dos vidaniana.
And a yeon.
Bye.